Christopher Nolan is one of the most significant filmmakers of the 21st century, known for his unconventional structure and unreliable narrators. He has made 12 movies so far, and any ranking of his films is bound to have at least a couple of amazing titles near the bottom. Nolan's rise as a filmmaker has been fascinating, and he is undoubtedly one of the very few directors who have the clout to make pretty much whatever they want. He has become one of the most beloved filmmakers working today, thanks to his razor-sharp focus and consistent success with general audiences. Nolan has so much clout that he pretty much saved film photography from being rendered obsolete by digital. In this video, we will rank each and every one of his films from worst to best, taking into account the quality of the story, theme, filmmaking craft, and individual cinematic elements. But before starting our ranking, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button for more upcoming videos like this. So let's start our video with the film which gained 12th position in our list, Following. Following was Nolan's debut feature, a micro-budget black and white thriller about an unemployed writer who follows strangers around London. Following was filmed on weekends, with Nolan self-financing the production. For a movie shot for practically nothing, it is an impressive, brooding noir tale, but it's also rough around the edges. There are seeds of the filmmaker Nolan would eventually become, especially in the non-linear plot structure, but it remains the least essential of his films. And the 11th film in our ranking is Tenet. Tenet is ranked 11th on the list of Christopher Nolan movies because it is considered one of his most confusing and ambitious films. The film is an action-packed sci-fi thriller that explores the concept of time travel and time manipulation, which is a recurring theme in several of Nolan's movies. However, the plot of the film is so complex that it can be difficult to follow, and the story gets lost in the background as a result. While the film has some great ideas, its execution falls short of greatness, and it is considered one of Nolan's weakest films. Additionally, the film was released during the COVID-19 pandemic, which limited its box office performance. Despite its flaws, Tenet remains a notable entry in Nolan's filmography and is worth watching for fans of his work. And the film which ranked 10th in our ranking is Insomnia. The film is a psychological thriller that follows a sleep-deprived detective who is called to an Alaskan fishing village to investigate a murder. The film stars Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank, and is a remake of a Norwegian film of the same name. While the film is a well-crafted thriller with excellent performances, it is considered one of Nolan's weaker films. The film is not as distinctive or extraordinary as many of Nolan's other films, and it feels too chilly for its own good. Additionally, the film is not an original idea or written by Nolan, which makes it an anomaly in his filmography. Despite its ranking, Insomnia is still a solid thriller that showcases Nolan's keen visual eye and his ability to work with A-list actors. And the 9th Christopher Nolan film is Batman Begins. The film is a reboot of the Batman franchise and tells the origin story of the Caped Crusader, exploring how Bruce Wayne's trauma pushes him to become Batman. The film stars Christian Bale, Cillian Murphy, and Liam Neeson, and is considered one of the best superhero origin stories ever made. The film is a well-crafted thriller with excellent performances, but it is not as distinctive or extraordinary as many of Nolan's other films. The film's action sequences are not as polished as they would be in later Nolan films, and the film's visual palette only intermittently captures the brooding qualities of its illustrated source material. Despite its ranking, Batman Begins is still a solid film that brought a sense of humanity to the superhero genre and set the stage for Nolan's next Batman adventure, The Dark Knight. And the film which ranked 8th in our list is The Dark Knight Rises. The film is the final installment in Nolan's Batman trilogy and follows Bruce Wayne as he returns to Gotham to face the villainous Bane. While the film has standout performances from the likes of Michael Caine and Anne Hathaway, it is not as well received as its predecessor, The Dark Knight. The film's plot is convoluted and lacks the emotional depth of the previous two films in the trilogy. Additionally, the film's pacing is uneven, and some of the action sequences are underwhelming. Despite its ranking, The Dark Knight Rises is still a solid conclusion to Nolan's Batman trilogy and features some memorable moments and performances. And the seventh film in our ranking is Dunkirk. The film is a war epic that tells the story of the evacuation of Allied soldiers from Dunkirk during World War II. The film is a technical marvel, with stunning visuals and a gripping score by Hans Zimmer. However, some critics have criticized the film for its lack of character development and emotional depth. The film's non-linear narrative structure can also be confusing for some viewers. Despite its ranking, Dunkirk is still a remarkable achievement in filmmaking and showcases Nolan's ability to create tension and suspense on the big screen. And the film which gains sixth position in our ranking is Interstellar. Interstellar is a space epic that explores the concept of time and space travel as Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway travel through a wormhole to another part of the universe in an effort to find a new home for humanity. The film is one of the saddest and loneliest space epics ever made, and it divided critics when it was released. However, it is slowly being acknowledged as one of Nolan's best works. The film's narrative structure mixes heavy-duty scientific theories with nutty sci-fi invention, which can be jarring for some viewers. But this film is a must-watch for fans of sci-fi and those who appreciate technical excellence in filmmaking. And the fifth-ranked film in our list is The Prestige. The Prestige is ranked fifth on the list of Christopher Nolan movies because it is considered one of his best films. The film is a mystery thriller that explores the rivalry between two magicians in turn-of-the-century London, played by Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. The film's non-linear narrative structure and twist ending are hallmarks of Nolan's style, and the film's themes of obsession and sacrifice are prevalent in many of his other films. The Prestige is a film that gets overshadowed by Nolan's bigger or flashier films, but it is a masterpiece in its own right. The film features standout performances from its cast, including Michael Caine and Scarlett Johansson. Despite its ranking, The Prestige is still a must-watch for fans of Nolan's work and those who appreciate a well-crafted mystery thriller. And the Christopher Nolan's film which ranked fourth in our ranking is Inception. Inception is a mind-bending sci-fi thriller that explores the concept of dreams within dreams, as a team of thieves led by Leonardo DiCaprio's character, Dom Cobb, attempt to plant an idea in someone's mind through their dreams. The film's themes of reality and perception are prevalent in many of his other films. Inception is a visually stunning film with a standout cast, including Tom Hardy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Cillian Murphy. Despite its ranking, Inception is still considered as one of the best sci-fi films till now. And here comes our third-ranked film of Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer. The film is a historical biopic that tells the story of J. Robert Oppenheimer, the father of the atomic bomb, and his role in the Manhattan Project. Oppenheimer is a masterpiece that showcases Nolan's ability to tell complex stories with emotional depth and technical excellence. The film's cast, which includes Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, and Robert Downey Jr., is outstanding. Oppenheimer is one of Nolan's best films and a must-watch for fans of his work. And the film which ranked second in our list is The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is a superhero crime thriller that follows Batman as he faces off against the Joker, played by Heath Ledger in a legendary performance. The film is considered one of the best superhero movies ever made and is a masterpiece of the genre. The film's themes of chaos and morality are prevalent in many of Nolan's other films. The Dark Knight is a visually stunning film with standout performances from its cast, including Christian Bale, Gary Oldman, and Aaron Eckhart. The film's score by Hans Zimmer is also iconic and adds to the film's tension and suspense. And the film, which is considered as the best Christopher Nolan film and ranked first in our list, is Memento. Memento is considered Christopher Nolan's best film for several reasons. Firstly, the film's non-linear narrative structure and complex plot are hallmarks of Nolan's style, and the film's themes of reality and perception are prevalent in many of his other films. Secondly, the film's construction is brilliant, and watching Memento is like looking at a house of cards you're sure is going to topple over any moment. However, Nolan and editor Dodie Dorn know exactly where to cut in the action and how to immaculately structure the narrative so that the audience is never lost. Thirdly, the film's themes of lies and the power of narratives are explored in a unique way, emphasizing how lies can be destructive. Finally, the film's power lies in its ability to put the audience in the mindset of the brain-damaged detective, Leonard Shelby, and to make them question their own perceptions of reality. So this is a ranking of Christopher Nolan's all films from worst to best. Which is your favorite film of Christopher Nolan among them? Tell us in the comment section. And with this, see you in the next video with some other interesting topic.